Not too bad. How you been?
Oh, all right. Nice to see you.
Good to see you. What's new?
Just working, playing, having fun.
That's good.
Trying to enjoy life.
We're going to be a little bit different setup than we were for recording. I think I'm going to have you guys a little further apart so we have a little more room around everybody, which means you're going to need headphones. Riley, you're going to be in there. Because your instrument's so much quieter, it's going to help a lot to have separation with the isolation.
It's good. I like the curtains. So I've been playing with Corey and Greg since 2002 or 3, I think. So quite some time. Jim's been playing with us for 3 or 4 years. And Adam's been with us since this summer.
I remember seeing these guys live and being like, wow, I really like what these guys are doing, you know, and we just really like good music you can stand behind, and then they drafted me. Yeah. Now I'm stuck here.
You know, Greg married Corey's sister, so that's how he got involved. They had a little band, and one guy quit at the last minute, and they had a gig, and I went and played guitar with them. You know, there were a couple other people involved with it, and they eventually ended up leaving. Why did you get a chair?
Because I'm old.
He's old. Look at him.
You can have a chair. I just grabbed it.
We do some traditional stuff. Most of the covers that we do are just kind of fun stuff. You know, we'll do like a Duran Duran cover or something like that. You tell them about it, Corey.
Oh, we like to have a good time. Mostly we play because we love it. We can't get enough of it. We just want to play, play, play. We like to write music. We love acoustic music. It's mostly a big driving factor for us. We like rock and roll too, though. But we like the clarity of acoustic music.
Because we are lazy, ultimately, it's all about not having to pick up those big heavy amps.
We don't want to carry stuff everywhere.
But it's nice too, because we really focus on the songs themselves and be able to do it acoustically and just sort of strip it down. And you know, I usually write the main part of the song, and then it's still pretty loose when I bring it into the whole fold, and then it usually goes somewhere completely different at that point. And that's, to me, that's my favorite part of the whole thing.
Where'd you guys come up with a name? Bond Company.
I was working one day and just like had a legal sheet full of names, just who knows.
He had this whole like spreadsheet format where like there was bottling companies and like circuses and like he had all these different words piled together. There was Thunder Jug. There's just all sorts of like this random, and then we just sat there for like an hour like saying them all. And
I just kind of narrowed it down and came up and said, hey, this one will work for the time being. Here we go. Let's roll with it.
Yeah.
Do you need another stand, Jim?
Sure, why not? Seeing as how I've got electric acoustics.
Yeah, so you guys aren't really used to headphones. On your individual mixers, I'll label them. It'll be bass, banjo, acoustic guitar, Greg, acoustic guitar / dobro, Jim, fiddle, and then the 6th channel will be vocals. You'll hear Riley's talking in between songs through his fiddle mic.
Okay. So you can just cut me right out if you want.
Yeah. So if you want, you can bring your fiddle up louder than everything so you can hear yourself better.
Yeah.
And then if there's something that you don't need or don't need as much, you can turn them down.
Beautiful.
Without affecting anybody
You
else.
need headphones from the whole 9 yards right now?
Yeah, we're getting a little tricky. We're gonna do the sound check first.
Yikes. Does it sound like the ocean in yours? Because it sounds like the ocean in mine.
I like that. It's relaxing.
Does that matter?
Hello.
A little less.
Well, what do you guys think?
The noise should come down because everything's getting louder now.
It
You can
is
bring the
going
volume
down a little bit, yeah.
1, 2, hello, hello, hello. All right. Check, check. Hello. Hi. All right.
Hello, hi, check, check. Hi, it's me. Oh, now it's really me. Hi, hello. Do I keep going? Hi, this is me. No, I don't know any jokes. You always do that to me. Hello,
Today for
hello.
breakfast I had granola, and then I had a half a cheese sandwich for lunch. I'm not sure what I'm going to have for dinner.
1, 2, 3, 4. So you take a stump, dig it up and bury it back in. But that don't mean that you haven't got far yet. And don't hesitate, make sure it lays straight, or you'll be digging it back out. Nobody wants to lack accomplishments. Not that anybody knows, not that anybody noticed. Over here, on the wrong side of the hill, where we fall, broken head over shoulders, not that anybody knows. It took place at a time in my life where I needed a lot of help and I didn't want any help. There was a day that started with a real low and ended with a real high. It also happened to be a day where I was building a teeter-totter in my backyard. Most of the song is about how everything that you go through, you have to kind of fight your way through it, and then every now and then something just opens up and you can go right through the other side. And it was one of those days. I mean, I wrote that song in like 20 minutes, all of it. That's kind of a rarity, actually, where it just, music and everything just came right out because it was a really emotional day. You're not alone, at least you'll find some way to get there. Over here, on the wrong side of the hill, where we fall, broken head over shoulders, not that anybody knows.
Greg wrote that song, and it was more of us just putting the parts behind it musically. We didn't have a lot to do with that song. When he brought that song to us, it was all done, pretty much. It was sort of a song that kind of sat around for a little while, that we tried to play a couple times and didn't work out so good.
I think that's part of it. The other part of it is just too close to it. Like, for me personally, it was such an emotional event that caused that song to step back from it a little further in my life before I could really sit down and work with you guys all and sort of figure out where it needed to be. As you pull back from a circle, yeah, not that anybody knows, not that anybody noticed. Over here, on the wrong side of the hill, where we fall, a broken head over shoulders, and I'm laying on the wrong side of the tracks, where we sprawl, hey, like a virgin snow angel, not that anybody knows. Yeah, there's a tunnel.
I joined the band and had to learn like 30 songs in like a couple weeks to get ready for a gig. So
Under 2 weeks, yeah.
yeah, just under 2 weeks. So, but yeah, I've had to change. I used to do a lot of slapping stuff. I still try and keep that in the style. It was kind of like I had to get used to their style. They had to get used to my style. So
I think that's kind of the cool thing, though, is that we weren't just like, you play like this. We're just like, play the way you play, and we'll all kind of figure it out. We'll change the way we play a little bit, you change the way you play a little bit, and together we'll have a sound.
This band's been through some changes. For a long time now, we've been playing together for 8 years, something like that.
I think the three of us,
Yeah. And it's really coming to its own now, this band, this group. There's been other members to come and go. And since Jim joined the band a few years ago, and now Adam, just less than a year, we feel really good about the way this is moving now. It's very exciting for us.
You know, I think our first couple of shows, I wish they were recorded. I'm sure they're a lot of fun, good laugh probably, but I don't know, now it really works. It's a nice feel, so.
I used to come see these guys when they were
We played Jim's wedding.
Yeah, and they hijacked me a week later.
Yeah.
And tell him to go get an acoustic guitar. Put that Les Paul down.
He was very excited.
Oh, I love it.
Nervous.
He even made me sing. Yeah, I got it when you wrote Malaga. I said, oh, it'd be cool if we had a dobro. Trundled down and bought one and said, how am I gonna learn how to play this stupid thing? Yeah, I got a video and I looked at a book, but the books made my head hurt, and so I just kind of plucked away at it. Because I play guitar a lot more when we're playing live. It was totally different after, you know, having a pick in your hand the whole time and then jumping in on that. It was like, well, it hasn't come natural yet, but I make it talk, I guess. I think it does things. Fits well.
It's a fascinating story. It's you know, it's one of those blemishes in Maine history, but it really happened everywhere at the turn of the century. There's an island just off the coast of Maine called Malaga, which these settlers, about 50 or 60 people, started building a community out there, and it was you know, interracial, and they went to find somewhere where they could do their own thing, and they built a schoolhouse, and they had a whole community going, but then tourism took off in Maine. You could see the island from the mainland, and they were really worried about the effect that that would have on people coming to visit. And so they came up with this whole reason to evict them all. The state of Maine came in and did just that. They sent them eviction notices and kicked them all off. And we're fishing the days in the harsh Casco Bay. And the soil, it's littered with stones. But we won't be left alone in our Malaga home, just a place we can bury our bones. I mean, they literally took the schoolhouse, which is now a chapel somewhere in Maine, I think. Everything else got leveled. They took their graveyard that they had there, dug up all the bones, and those are still at Pineland. It's in a mass grave. They just piled them all together and threw them there. And the people that they couldn't relocate or didn't relocate themselves, they were thrown into Pineland, which at the time was an insane asylum. They weren't insane, but they were sent there because they had nowhere else to put them. I took all these true parts of the story and took it from the point of view of their leader. And James McKinney is a real guy, and he was their king. Evelyn Woodman really was the name of their teacher. And the fact that the schoolhouse was put on a government raft and taken away, I mean, that really happened. But whether Evelyn Woodman was a looker or not, you know, I don't know. But I put that in the song, you know. I mean, the teacher they sent was the lovely Miss Evelyn Woodman. That might not be what they were thinking at all, you know, but to me, that's how it would have felt. And so that's the point of view I took. Beautiful children we made. It's a pretty tragic story. Well, today they hoisted a schoolhouse on a government raft. And they never looked back as the tide came and took it away. And we're fishing the days in the harsh Casco Bay. And the soil, it's littered with stones. Well, we won't be left alone in our Malaga home, just a place we can bury our bones. 'Cause they're right from the cedars that once was my yard. And I loaded it with everything they didn't just take away. Now I'm sailing the days in the harsh Casco Bay, and the coastline is littered with stones. 'Cause you leveled to the ground what was once our small town, and you're coming to dig up our bones. Yeah, you've already dug up our bones. As I get more comfortable playing with other people, because I mean, I think the first 10 years that I played guitar, I don't think anybody heard it. You know, it's just me in a room sitting down writing songs because I really enjoyed it. And then as I got more comfortable with it, and more comfortable playing with people, then I would start bringing them into the process earlier. One, two, three. That's a new thing, playing in a band for me. It's like, oh, okay, now I have a whole different feel about how that song's gonna go. I try really hard to keep the story separate and isolated from it. Musically, I think it's had a big effect on how I write and the melodies and stuff. I mean, that definitely has had a huge effect of playing in a band. The whole process has evolved, just playing with these guys. Oh my God, freaking mess. That was terrible. Yeah, that was pretty much terrible.
You can take that and stick it in the trash.
Wait, what is that line I totally missed? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I just forgot. Forgot where I was.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I think to make a long story short, we all have a kind of like a passion for like American style, like roots music. I think that you know, a lot of the different styles that we listen to, like some of us listen to like the old time string music, bluegrass, rockabilly, country, and it just even blues stuff, and it kind of just comes into like a melting pot, and that's kind of like what we're trying to do with this project.
Rock and metal and stoner rock that we were all listening to, or a lot of us were listening to.
Jimmy, that part of your
I'm missing it.
It's open. It's G. You gotta go up a whole.
I can't. That's
You gotta go all the way up to G.
It kills me.
You're gonna go high there. You gotta go up the full octave.
So, I mean, we're not true, you know, bluegrass, and it's not.
It's not
folk.
true anything.
Yeah.
It's just what
You
we
know,
do.
it's not the new grass, and it's just kind of, it's music. It's just music, and it fit it, you know, because I mean, we do some trad stuff, and
Trad being traditional.
yeah.
Well, no, I said, well, hold on. It's my G and 5. So what is G and 5?
C.
C. That's what, B flat?
Yeah, it's B flat.
Yeah, that's it.
Should be.
Perfect. She likes to tear it up, and she's graceful too. She eats her vegetables, and a meat dish to boot. Yeah, my baby loves her loving. She don't complain. Yeah, sometimes when we're done, she wants her loving again. My gal's a runway girl. Yeah, she walk with class. She like to walk it slow, and she like to walk fast. She like to persevere. She like the view from the top. She like to teach sometimes, but she knows when to stop. Yeah, my baby loves her loving. She don't complain. Yeah, sometimes when we're done, she wants her loving again. My gal's a nature girl. 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 like the whole second half of the song, they were just slowly fading back in my head. I'm like, what do I do?
Jim, you played some notes I hadn't heard before.
What's
going on?
That
Back me up.
I got shot right by where I was supposed to be. I was like, I'm gonna go up here.
Well, it's funny because like you had that new note, but then you went to it at the wrong time. I'm like, that's not the time, Jimmy. Right note, wrong place.
You could do that as a take if things would go horribly wrong.
Deep in your place of worship, hiding under rocks of the shore, slowly pulling out a trump card. Leave 'em lots of room to explore, and the magic of the moment wasn't lost on the audience, and the message that they're sending's been barricaded from the outside. Dream with your eyes wide open, laugh like you're all alone, eat when your body's hungry, dream when your day is done, and the power of suggestion never suggested you change, and the ending of your innocence is barricaded from the outside. So you wave your arms like a ninja, you strut your stuff like a pro, and you place each stitch like the petals of a rose, and you are my ruby rose, and these are some of the things that I am thankful for. Rows and rows of canvas, miles and miles of road, an endless supply of daydreams, an endless supply of hope, and I never understood how your God really works, so I'll never leave you all alone to fight things coming from the outside. So you wave your arms like a ninja, and you strut your stuff like a crow, and you place each stitch like the petals of a rose, and you are my ruby rose, and these are some of the things that I am thankful for. So you wave your arms like a ninja, and you strut your stuff like a crow, and you place each stitch like the petals of a rose, and you are my ruby rose, and these are some of the things that I am thankful for. Rows and rows of canvas, my